got off your employee Chris just hung up on me earlier. He said he was connecting and then he just hung up. I was reporting an OSHA violation to Chris at Hannaford in Falmouth. We were, as overnight employees, we're now mandated to wear a face mask 8+ hours. And I actually picked up an oxygen sensor to see the oxygen levels when I did have the face mask on my face, fully sealed, and I put the sensor down in my mouth, and it dropped well below 19.5.
Okay.
Which is dangerous for your health, according to OSHA.
So I do have a link that has some information on our website.
Yeah, I've seen the link. The information goes
so I'm wondering if the environment you're in has less than 19.5% oxygen, if you're getting that reading inside your face mask.
Well, yeah, that's why I was. That's why.
What was the environment you're in?
Sorry, what was that? I didn't mean to speak over you.
What was the environment that you were in?
I'm in a supermarket.
You're inside a supermarket and it has below 19.5% oxygen?
When I put the mask over my face, fully sealed like the CDC recommends, and I put the sensor at my mouth, yes, it drops to about 17.
Is it a surgical mask?
Yeah, it's the blue standard masks.
Yeah, that shouldn't be happening. There's been all kinds of studies. Our Salt Lake Technical Center's done studies, and
have you done the studies?
What is the sensor you're using?
Have you done the test yourself?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so you're just going when someone reports an OSHA violation at a specific environment. I'm telling you, I've done this test with the oxygen sensor. I mean.
Okay. So well, what's your oxygen sensor? I'm asking you about your instrument.
Sorry.
What kind of oxygen sensor is it?
I just got it at Lowe's. It said it was OSHA calibrated. I don't have it in front of me. It's at Hannaford.
Okay. When you get in front of me, give me a call back and let me know, because there must be a problem with the instrument.
Why? You just said you haven't done the test. You're going off studies and videos that you've watched. Yet you haven't done the test yourself to test that the oxygen levels don't go below 19.5%.
No, I'm asking you to get your oxygen sensor so that we can compare our notes to make sure you're using the sensor properly.
You have no notes. You haven't tested it in Hannaford, the location I'm telling you it dropped below. I'm the only one presenting evidence. You're just going off articles that were put across your desk. I'm giving you an actual experiment. It drops below 19.5% when you have the mask.
Okay,
properly.
Well, listen, I have scientific studies that have been done that we're referencing on our OSHA website. Okay, I'm just asking you a few questions about the. What's that?
By who? Who are these studies done by?
The Salt Lake City Technical Center. Our Salt Lake City Technical Center. We've been using.
So
hospitals have been using surgical masks for
during surgery. They're not wearing them for 8+ hours.
What's that?
During surgery for 30 minutes to an hour. They're not wearing them from 8+ hours.
Some surgeries are 24 hours.
Surgeries are 24 hours? They're
Absolutely. Some of your heart transplants and some of your tumor removals are more than 20 hours.
Doing surgery for 24 straight hours. No breaks or anything. Just
why don't you Google that? If you don't believe me, why don't you Google it?
I've done my research. You're going off one article you got from Salt Lake City, whatever. I've done the test. I've proved that it drops below 19.5%, which is damaging to your health, and you're just being lazy. Your job is to prove if I'm reporting an incident that's dangerous for my health.
Why are you raising your voice right now? We're just having a discussion.
Why
are you raising your voice?
You keep talking over me when I speak. What am I supposed to do?
I'm not talking over you.
Yeah,
I'm giving you plenty of chance to talk. I'm asking you about your device. You want to keep an open mind and talk about the device and talk about how it may not be reading properly.
What device were they using in Salt Lake City? Those site that you...
No, the information I have, I'm happy to send it to you. You want to send me your email address? I'll send you the link and you can look at all the studies.
You must have read it already. Tell me what device they were using.
I don't know what they were using. I don't know if they were using a Draeger or O2 sensor. We have a Draeger O2 sensor in our
You have no idea is what I'm saying. I did the experiment myself. Are you guys not going to come to Hannaford and do the experiment?
What would you like me to do? You'd like me to come to Hannaford and stick my sensors intake inside your mask while you breathe? Is that what you're looking for me to do?
Absolutely, yes.
No, we will not do that. There is subjective data that shows that that is not a hazardous condition.
You have no idea what the data is, though. I'm asking you about the data, and you have no idea. It was just across your desk. It lines up with your narrative, so you're sending me that way. Can I speak to your supervisor too, please?
No, you can't, actually. I mean, I'm the supervisor in the office. I'm the one that you have.
Yeah, I'd like to speak to your manager.
You know,
I'm
happy to discuss this with you.
This is dangerous.
Unless you give me the device that you're using, unless you tell me something about that device, you're telling me you got it at Lowe's. I'm telling you that my device in my office is, you can't pick it up at Lowe's. It's a very expensive device. It comes with CalGas. You have to calibrate it. I'm just saying that your device is probably...
So why don't you put it to rest right now? The device you have, put a mask over your face that's sealed and put the sensor by your mouth.
I have objective data with studies that show that this is not...
What? You're talking objective data? You just said you have the sensor.
I'm do something that's been scientifically studied.
What? How? So it can be repeatable, observable, and measurable, right? I'm telling you to repeat it right now. That's what the scientific method is, right? Repeat it.
Well, I'm not going to do that.
And what device do they use?
I wear a mask every day.
Well, I feel bad for you. I hope you're not wearing it for 8+ hours because you're going to have a respiratory disease.
Items have been studied.
By who? You're just giving studies. You haven't even read the studies.
I'm telling you that the Salt Lake Technical Center...
And what does the study say?
I studied that.
What does it say?
It's part of OSHA.
What study? What did the study conclude?
I can give you the link.
You're the one citing it. Tell me.
I'm just not going to do it. I'm trying to have a discussion with you.
Yes.
And you're raising your voice and getting excited, and you can't give me basic facts like what the name of the who designed your meter, your O2 sensor that you were measuring at work.
Forensic Detectors, I believe it was. And
what's it called?
The brand is Forensic Detectors.
Forensic Detectors. All right. Did you use a CalGas? What did you use for a CalGas, a calibration gas?
I don't know. It said it was calibrated.
Okay.
What did they use in the Salt Lake? What did they use for?
The results if there isn't a calibration that you can perform.
You have literally the oxygen sensor in front of you. You can conduct this study right now.
I don't have it right in front of me. No.
You have
Not
access.
in my lab.
You okay? Is the lab at the place you work?
Yeah, the lab's in Bangalore.
It wouldn't really matter because what I'm saying is Hannaford's environment. But I don't understand. I'm presenting evidence. You're not accepting the evidence because I can't tell you the exact...
What you were saying is that you're making a statement. There is no... I haven't seen any evidence.
You haven't presented any evidence either. You're just saying, oh, it's not true. I got this study.
Subjective data is evidence. I mean, this is data that you can go and read the studies. Studies are data.
It's data, but you said it's science... So I'm asking you to repeat it, because that's what science should be: observed, repeatable, and measurable.
Right, but we don't have a standard on any of this stuff. There's no standard.
What are your standards? I'm going by your standards. So you wear a mask for 8+ hours?
Not usually. Usually I wear it for, I would say probably 2 hours a day, maybe an hour and a half a day.
Straight?
No, off and on.
So you have no idea what it is to wear the mask for prolonged periods. Have you talked to people that have actually worn them for hours straight that get sore throats and headaches?
There's the whole medical and hospital industry wears masks for more than 8 hours for the entire shift.
And
they have for years.
No, they have not for years. What are you talking about?
Surgeons wear a surgical mask.
Oh, now it's just surgeons. I thought it was the whole medical community.
Listen, you just want to argue with me.
No, I want you to come down to Hannaford and prove what you're saying.
Let me know. All right, so what room in Hannaford were you in when you got this alleged?
I'm in the alleged? Are you calling me a liar now? Hello?
I'm still here.
Yeah, are you calling me a liar? Alleged?
Oh, it's alleged.
Is that what you do at OSHA?
I haven't seen the sample results. I haven't seen you calibrate.
You
the machine.
haven't presented.
I don't know what the machine is.
You haven't done the test yourself.
Listen. We have limited resources here. I just can't go out and measure and take measurements inside somebody's mask.
Why haven't you yet?
I just can't do that. There's scientific studies that say it's not a hazard. I just can't do that.
So you're just going to refer to science. Someone else figured it out, even though you have all the resources to conduct the test. You're just going to take science's word for it without following up on it. I don't have all the resources
to conduct the test. Listen, I have to decide. I have to pick and choose who I send to do an inspection. Right now, we're working on 2 COVID fatalities right now. I'd much rather spend my resources investigating those scenarios than going and looking at something that there's scientific objective studies that
there's scientific objective studies that tell the mask damages your health. Like, what are we talking about here? There's more science saying your health is damaged if you don't have full oxygen intake.
No, there isn't. I'm telling you, there is no.
Do you want me to send you the studies?
No,
Would you like me to send you the peer-reviewed studies?
COVID-19 exposure is way more dangerous than wearing a mask.
Don't talk about stuff that you have no idea about.
Protection against the virus.
You have no idea. You have no idea what you're talking about. COVID-19 and viruses. The COVID-19 hasn't even been isolated. Are you familiar with Koch's postulates?
No, I'm not familiar.
No, so let's just stop talking about COVID-19 and let's get back to. I just don't have the time, sir. I really don't. I don't have the time. Okay. I have a lot of work I've got to do. Okay, yeah, you would just.
If you have the machine in front of you and you want to talk, tell me what it is.
I told you what the machine was.
I'm happy to look up online to see how accurate the results are from that piece of equipment.
Why don't you test it yourself?
We have to calibrate our equipment before we use it so that we know we're getting accurate readings.
Oh, so why don't you do the test? How long is that going to take?
Because I'm not going to go to
you're investigating COVID-19, these deaths. What led to these COVID-19 deaths? Your job is so pressing.
Okay, sir. I'm sorry. I just don't have time. But if you want to call me back, okay, when you have the machine in front of you.
It's the FD600, and the brand was Forensics Detectors.
It's a what? What model is it?
FD600.
FD600. How did you figure that out?
What's your deal? You're the one that's looking for a fight, dude. I'm trying to tell you what
I just don't appreciate how you couldn't give me that information.
I don't appreciate you calling me a liar and saying everything I'm saying is alleged, like I'm making this up.
I haven't called you a liar. Number 2, you've raised your voice several times. And number 3, I just don't have time for this, sir. I don't. I really don't. You don't believe in that COVID-19 is a threat.
I didn't say that.
I'm sorry.
I didn't say that.
You're much safer wearing a mask than not wearing a mask.
Can you give me the studies on that too? The medical studies, the scientific studies that say you're much safer wearing masks?
Oh, absolutely. If you go to the CDC website, there's all